Welcome to On the JoB with your host, Lynn Parrish, editor of the Journal of Business. On the JoB is about the Inland Northwest business community, where you'll hear firsthand the backstories from the men and women reporters at the Journal of Business. On the JoB is brought to you in part by McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. Here's Lynn.
Welcome to On the JoB with me, Lynn Parrish, the host. I'm here today with Samantha Peone. She's our real estate reporter, but we're not talking about real estate today.
No. Well, sort of actually we are, but we'll get there.
We're going to do a deep dive, maybe a shallow dive into a topic that Sam has already done a deep dive on.
Yeah.
Blockchain technology. So before we get started, I want to talk about the feedback that we've received on this story so far, because the paper comes out on Thursdays, and we're doing this actually a week after our last issue came out when Sam's story first appeared. And so it comes out on Thursday. I got my first phone call on this story at 8:30 a.m. from a guy who was really excited about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency and just wanted to talk about it. It was about 2 hours later that I got a note from a friend of mine calling it snake oil. So we've had feedback of all sorts on this. And on top of that, when we tried to post it on Facebook and boost it, they rejected our boost, saying we were trying to sell
Fake news.
Well, no, not fake news. They wanted us to keep from trying to scam people on cryptocurrency when all we were trying to do was share a story on it. So
They thought we were scammers, which I do talk about in my story if anyone's interested.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. But before we get into that, for the layman, which we basically are, I mean, Sam's become somewhat of a authority on it. But for the layman, explain blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and how they all fit together.
Okay, well, so when we say blockchain technology, we are specifically talking about the foundation of Bitcoin. So everyone's heard of Bitcoin. We know what it is. It's some people think it's fake money. What it is it's a type of cryptocurrency. And I mean, for lack of a better definition, I guess we could call cryptocurrency an alternative form of currency that's peer-to-peer. So usually the middleman is cut out. So bankers,
Sure.
Those kind of people, just peer-to-peer cryptocurrency. Blockchain technology is the foundation for cryptocurrency.
Right.
So I did have an analogy that we ended up not running for it, if you're interested. And basically, the blockchain, say the developer maybe would be the farmer then.
Sure. So it's a farm.
It's a farm,
analogy.
Yes. So obviously,
Actually,
yes.
for the record, I like the analogy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so say that you have a farm. Okay, the farmer would be the computer developer. And then the farm, the big grassy field would be blockchain technology.
Okay.
It's the foundation. And then on that, you can build different things. So cryptocurrency happens to be the barn. You can have a chicken coop. You can have a garden. You can have anything. But cryptocurrency is the barn. And then inside that, you have different types of cryptocurrency. So you've got Bitcoin, you've got Neo, you've got Ethereum, you've got Litecoin. And those are different networks. I mean, some of them do more than cryptocurrency. That's just diving too deep for this. But that kind of thing. So one of the pigs in the barn would be Bitcoin, would be an example. Where the analogy falls down is that Bitcoin is super, super secure. So it would be more accurate to compare it to like a high security prison than it would be a farm. So,
Okay.
So yes.
So Bitcoin is
Yes.
the pig that
Lives in the cryptocurrency barn on the blockchain field. Yes.
Great. Good. And so basically, blockchain technology is the vehicle for moving, going away from the analogy, is the vehicle for moving cryptocurrency, although it has a variety of other uses as well. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now let's talk a little bit about how some companies in the Inland Northwest are working with blockchain technology or even developing some uses for it. Let's start with Smart Law LLC.
Yeah,
talk to them.
Definitely. So again, going back to the farm, the chicken coop you could call would be smart contracts, which is the newest thing. And it's hard to talk about blockchain technology because it's so new that when people ask, well, what's going on, it's kind of hard to say because a lot of things haven't been invented yet.
Sure.
So the cutting edge right now would be smart contracts. And what that is basically within, what Smart Law is doing over in Coeur d'Alene,
right?
Hayden,
Yeah.
Kootenai County, they are creating this coin that will be pegged to the U.S. dollar, and they have different products that they're using. So, right, they have Liquid RE, which stands for real estate, Liquid RE, and Dex RE. And so with Dex RE, people are able to trade, sell, and other related services with real estate assets via blockchain technology.
So in this case, we're talking about the use of blockchain technology. Cryptocurrency does not have a role in this, in what they're doing whatsoever, correct? Or is that incorrect?
Incorrect. So
Okay.
cryptocurrency does have has a role in it. So, and that would be going back to the token that they're making. They're making a token that's pegged to the U.S. dollar. I want to say it's called SPEG, and so people will be able to transfer assets. So it uses both smart contracts and cryptocurrency to an extent. Again, this is an overview, so I'm not doing them justice. But
Sure, but your story goes into a little bit more
yeah,
detail
it
on
does.
that.
So if you want more detail on that, you can read my story. But it's really fascinating and confusing would be a good word. I mean, it takes a while to really sink everything in. I went and I visited them, and they showed me just mountains of computer code. And so, so at the end of the day, that's what this all is computer code. So.
Sure. Now, what stage are they in? Are their products actually on the market, or in other words, are people using their products to in real estate transactions at this point, or are they still in the development phase?
They're still in the development phase. So right
Sure.
now they're working on their prototypes, Liquid RE and Dex RE. Liquid RE is more about real estate liquidation, that kind of thing. And that is only available to a set amount of people based on laws and things like that.
Sure.
And so, yes,
in
so
other
they're on the
words,
prototype phase.
So when we're
Okay.
talking about that, though, it's
Yeah.
not. They don't envision a day where we're using their products as consumers to buy our house, for example. It's more for people who are in the real estate profession.
No one knows.
Okay.
It's
All right.
really, really
Fair
new.
enough.
So, and that's a good segue to Chris Armitage because
Please, yes.
he thinks that within 10 years, cryptocurrency will be so omnipresent, and blockchain technology in general will be so omnipresent that we won't even realize how it's changed our lives. Same thing with the internet. So you have the internet, you don't even think about it. You know, you go to school with the internet, I just can't even imagine how hard school must have been before the internet. And so,
Well, let me tell you, youngster.
so and apparently that's what he thinks blockchain technology will be like in 10 years. It has picked up traction, and Zach Dottie, the founder of one of the founders of Smart Law, says the reason it has gotten so popular is because of smart contracts and the other things outside of cryptocurrency that people can use for blockchain technology.
Fascinating.
Blockchain has so many uses beyond cryptocurrency. I mean, it's like I said, it's unfathomable right now. We don't know what blockchain can do, and that is really exciting.
Sure.
So you can, Forbes magazine, they had this really wonderful analogy. They compared it to I don't know the term, medical records that cannot be changed.
Sure.
They compared it to that. So you have just little blocks where you just look at the different, you have different transactions, different time of the transaction, you have a little link to it, and that little block will connect to a different block. And I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. This is really
Please,
exciting.
please. I think it's great. And so with Chris Armitage, though, tell us a little bit about his business and how blockchain technology or cryptocurrency applies to it.
Yeah. So when I spoke with him, he's a former MP, so military police with the Air Force, and he now runs a cleaning business with two other people, Hannah Lunt and Gino Barnett. I want to say their names are, and maybe Barnett, and they run just the cleaning service, and they will accept currency, whether it is in dollars, or if it's in cryptocurrency,
Sure.
or even gold and silver is what he told me. He said that he just felt it was, in the future, it just makes sense to accept cryptocurrency because of how prevalent it will be. And he does also, if the employees ask, he will pay them in cryptocurrency as well, though usually it's normal U.S.
paycheck.
dollars. Yeah, normal paycheck.
So
yeah.
they don't have to take.
No, they don't have to take it. No.
So in this case, it's a traditional business that has business to business and business to consumer relationships that has started accepting cryptocurrency as payment for their services.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. So that's a lot of, I mean, I could talk forever. I don't know how much information you want about blockchain. It's something you can write whole books on.
Yeah. Now, you wanted to give a shout out as well to Geeks and Glory, right?
Yes. So Geeks and Glory is a gaming bar over on Sprague. It's actually a really neat concept. I recommend you just check it out in general, just if you like video games.
And Sam, if I may interrupt, Sam wrote a story about them that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
About, 4 months ago, 3 months ago now?
It was like December-ish, yeah. So you can check out that in our archive. It's Geeks and Glory, one word, N instead of and.
Yeah.
So basically they offer different seminars and whatnot, and one of those seminars is for blockchain technology, or their Bitcoin seminar, where they go over different just cryptocurrency and blockchain topics that are going on that are really hot right now, looking at different coins that are circulating, different networks, and just see what's rising, what they just kind of talking with the group of people, just kind of a networking kind of deal. And that is not, they really stress that is not for financial information. They're really stress that, understandably. But they do want people to be able to go to that, learn a bit more about it, and then later make their own informed decisions after their own research if they're interested in getting into mining Bitcoin and that kind of stuff.
Sure. Hey, before we let you go, you mentioned briefly at the beginning, talking about some of the, I don't know if you'd say dangers or pitfalls
risks.
Or potential, risks. There you go.
Yeah.
So could you just kind of briefly talk about some of that, what you discovered along those lines?
So there's a lot. And basically, a lot of people kind of have this idea that cryptocurrency is sketchy. And I mean, I can understand
a lot of people, including Facebook.
Including Facebook, yeah. Thinking we're scamming people. But that is an actual issue, is you need to really do your research before you dive into investing in different cryptocurrencies or blockchain technology, because people are out there to prey on you, basically, is what happens. So you have to make sure that when you invest in something, as Chris Armitage said, if it looks like a get-rich-quick scheme, it's probably a get-rich-quick scheme. So just make sure, you do your research, make sure that these people are talking more about what the technology does rather than, getting rich, and what this can mean for society and the internet as a whole, just those kind of things. And make sure when you're looking into it, who is backing it, who is involved, that kind of thing. So it's basically what it comes down to is just make sure you do thorough research before you get involved in it, or you could lose a lot of money.
Yeah,
So
good advice for any investment practices. So good stuff, Sam. Thanks.
Of course.
We'll be back next week, probably, talking about building the Inland Northwest. Sam has some killer stories she's working on for our next edition. And so let's just come back in about a week and talk about that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thanks a lot, Sam, and thanks for watching today.
On the JoB is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksOnline.com, which is solely responsible for its content. On the JoB is brought to you by our friends at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. Ask Lynn a question, recommend a guest, and hear this program again online anytime at SpokaneTalksOnline.com.